Assalamu alaikum, sir. My name is Amri Nazmul Hassan. My ID 024 222 Now I am presenting my presentation on memorial. Respected judge, good morning. I am Nazmul Hassan, the counsel for the applicant. I appear before you today on behalf of the prosecution to submit that Commander Nia Diallo committed a crime under Article 8, Subarticle 2, Clause C and Subclause 1 of the Roma Statute. Now I am telling about the fact. Commander Nia Diallo directing on an attack against civilians during a non-international armed conflict. The airstrike ordered by the accused on Karoma village led to the death of 52 civilians, including women and children, and the destruction of essential civilian infrastructure such as medical clinic, a school, and homes. The evidence demonstrated that the attack was neither lawful nor proportionate or not justified under international humanitarian law. I will now address the issues. Issue number 1. Jurisdiction under Article 8, Subarticle 2, Clause C and Subclause 1. Your Honor, the International Criminal Code has clear jurisdiction over the matter under Article 8, Subarticle 2, Clause C and Subclause 1. The crimes of intentionally directing attacks against civilians is applicable in a context of an international armed conflict. In this case, there is no dispute that the Republic of Myanmar was involved in a protracted armed conflict between the government and rebel forces. The victim of the airstrike were civilians not taking part in hostiles. The evidence shows that the Commander Nia Diallo deliberately or recklessly targeted a known civilian area. So the court has both subject matter and personal jurisdiction over the alleged crime. Now, issue 2. Was this a direct attack on civilians? Yes, it was. Despite having prior intelligence confirmed that civilians' nature of Karoma, Commander Nia Diallo still ordered an airstrike. Reconciliated drones surveyed the area days before and no military presence was detected. The prosecution is not required to prove intent to kill civilians, only that the attack was knowing or recklessly directed of civilians. In this case, the intelligence confirmed Karoma civilian status. The accused acted despite information, therefore it was a direct attack on the civilians in violation of the Article 8, Subarticle 2, Clause C and Subclause 1. Now, issue 3. Violation of the principle of distinction. The principle of distinction is a core intent of international humanitarian law. It requires all parties to a conflict to distinguish between civilians objects and military objects. Under Article 13, Subarticle 2 of Additional Protocol 2, civilians shall not be the object of attack. The ICRC customary international humanitarian law Rule 1 also strictly prohibits attack on civilians. Satellite image and grounds investigations confirmed that there were no armed groups, no weapon depot, and no military infrastructure in or near in the village. Despite all this, the accused targeted Karoma. This is a clear and serious violation of principle of distinction. Now I will address the issue 4. Was the attack proportionate? Even if we accept for the sake of argument that the accused believed there was a hidden weapon cache, the attack still violation the rule of proportionate under ICRC Rule 14. The expected civilians harm must not be excessive in a relation to the anticipated military advantage. Here, the military advantage was speculative at best. The civilian damage was real and massive. 52 lives lost and restricted a vital civilians infrastructure. Commander Diallo failed to take feasible precaution and acted with reckless dispraise for civilians' life. That does not meet the proportionality requirement under international humanitarian law. Now, I would like to address the conclusion part. In conclusion, Your Honors, the attack was within the jurisdiction of International Criminal Court. It was a direct assault on civilians carried out despite clear intelligence about their statute. It violated the principle of distinction, and it was grossly disproportionate given the lack of verified military advantage. Commander Diallo's actions meet their hold for a war criminal crime under Article 2, Sub-Article 2, Clause C and Subclause 1. The prosecution respectfully requests this court to hold him accountable for and find him guilty as charged. Thank you, sir.